is Melany and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a book review in Wren Quest. This book I started reading it around January 3rd or January 4th, and I really fell in love with the story as soon as I started reading this book. Something that I really enjoyed about this story is because it involved magic, and you all know that I really enjoy fantasy books. Now let's go ahead and start with the book review. As I'm going to be doing books review, I'm going to do it in this specific pattern. It's going to be 3 pros and 3 cons about each part of the book, and I'm going to develop all the way around the book. If you want to hear any more details, I can definitely do a spoiler-filled review about this book, but this video is going to be a spoiler-free, so nobody really gets a spoil about what the story is about before they read it if they're interested in reading the book. And if you want to know absolutely nothing about what the book is about, then you can go ahead and click out of this video, because sometimes I might have to go a little bit more into detail of each part of the book. So let's go ahead and start with the first pro of this book right here. First pro is the world and the magic in it. I very am a fan of magic and books that are involving magical world, magical creatures, magical people. I don't know why, it's just my favorite part of every fantasy book that I read, and I really enjoyed it that this book definitely built up all the entire magic world and magical people that were so connected to the magic. It was very important, and it was very easy to understand what the main characters' priorities and magical abilities were. I really enjoyed it so much about this book that it really connected the magic and the world together, and how they all became into this very magical experience and quest. Now, to tell you a little bit more about the book before I continue, this book is about a girl who's trying to find her past. She is adopted into a royal family, wants to know where she came from. Now, she knows nothing about her past or anything because she was found in a place where nothing was left but her, and nobody actually took the time to find out where she came from or what her abilities were. And she grows up into this royal family as an adopted child with all the privileges, but she still wants to find out where she came from and what is all the magic that she has about, if she has something to do with her family, the people around her, and she really wants to find out where she came from. So she sent herself in this quest to find her past into the place where she was found first. The thing that I really enjoyed it about this quest is all the things that she was able to find out about herself, her magic, her strength. I really loved the way she grew up and she became the strong person that she could ever be in this book, and it's something that I really enjoyed it, how the writer actually implemented all the magical abilities that she used to have, and then she grew up in having it during the situation in each part of which she was in during the quest. The second thing I really enjoyed about this book is the style in which it was written. I enjoy books that are easy to read, although time to time I will pick books that are a little bit more hard to read, a little bit more challenging, and that's okay. I will still enjoy the book, I will still enjoy, but it will take me a little bit more to fall in love with the characters, the story, the plot. But with this book, it was totally the opposite. I really enjoy how it was slow building, and at the same time it was fast-paced reading. I don't know how to explain, but it was just so easy to read. Obviously, this is kind of, I think, a middle grade fantasy book, so obviously it will not be as difficult as the adult books and adult fantasy, but it's still really good to read, and it was still easy to understand the story, the connections, the characters, and everything surrounding the story. Now, the third pro that I have for this book is the chemistry between the 2 main characters. This chemistry is so good. The way they treated each other, the way they helped each other, the way they were there for each other, I really enjoyed it. It didn't feel forced for me. It didn't feel like they were just there because they had to. They were there because they wanted to, and they made me feel that way, the way it was written. the connection between the two of them. The chemistry was really easy to spot, to understand and connect. Now, something that will be falling to the cons, and I will be starting right away with this one, because the love story between the two of them didn't really felt as genuine as their friendship for me. To explain better, in the beginning when the two characters met each other, it was too obvious that they were gonna fall in love with each other. And it's something that I don't really enjoy about books, when they just foreshadow everything right away. And I'm just like, okay, I wanted to be a little bit more surprised. I wanted to be a little bit more slow, being like, oh my god, they might fall in love with each other, or they might be together, blah blah blah. But it was so obvious that they were gonna be together that I didn't really felt that it was a genuine connection between the two of them when it comes to love. Now, when it comes to friendship, obviously they were really good with each other, and it's something that I would have loved to have a little bit more elaboration towards the love story between the two of them. Obviously, they were sending a quest together to find the family of this girl, and he didn't have any interest into what he was gonna gain out of this quest, but he just wanted to be there for her, and it's something that I really enjoyed it. Obviously, over the time, the main part of this quest was the connection between the two of them and how she was gonna find herself as well. But the love story didn't really feel as genuine to me. It was just too obvious and it was just too out there. So I really didn't enjoy it as much, but I still loved the way that the two of them were just there for each other and all of that. Second con of this book is the events that happened during the quest. The events that happened during this quest were not as important to me as the main issue in the story. Let me explain this a lot better. So they were in this quest, and all of a sudden they came into this big situation in which they didn't know what to do, and all of a sudden, one page after, everything was solved, not big deal, we're not gonna talk about it, done. I felt like it was too fast, to the extent that it was too many little things happening that had nothing to do with the main issue, and I just felt that it was there to kind of make the book a little longer. And okay, I understand it's just one book and it's a story that might grow, but I didn't enjoy that it has so many little things that were just not connected to the main issue between the entire world and the characters and the situation. So it was something that could be easily avoided or extended to a better issue. For example, if there were to be a situation that happened during the quest that later on would have something to do with why she was an orphan and why she was trying to find her parents, then yes, it would totally make sense that they had to go through that in order for her to find out about her life. But it's still not the case this time. It was just little things happening here or there so they can use the magic, so people who's reading those then forget that we're talking about magic. And that's kind of how I felt during the things that happened in this quest. So it's something that I really did not enjoy it as much. The third con about this book is the way the side characters were developed in the story. How they were developed, they didn't have as much development as I would like it to. I feel like they were there just to have more people in the story, but this could easily be written only about 2 people and that say nothing else, a war magic situation, done. Because the side characters were not put in the importance as they were in the story. I would have loved more elaboration towards the side characters, and it's something that I would have loved a lot more. But yes, it is my opinion. You guys have different opinion, and that's totally fine with me. Still really enjoy the story, and it's something that I will definitely carry with me all over every time I reread these stories. Is that I love the development of characters. I love the development of every single character, not only the main character, side characters, third characters, anything, but I love to see a little bit more elaboration around it. But I still enjoyed this book really well. But it's a book that I still enjoyed it, I still loved it, and I think that I would definitely reread this book later on. Maybe not as soon as this year, but I'll definitely keep it in mind to reread because it's a story that I really feel warm and love it, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you want to subscribe to my channel to hear more about books and more books recommendations, definitely subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video once again, and have a good one. I'll post videos every Friday. Bye.